Omo, this na call for all Nigerians. So this Dele Farotimi matter no be small pikin matter, no be bread and butter matter. Everybody, every one of us, we know say Dele Farotimi na voice of Nigeria, voice of the poor. So if they fit come out openly, come oppress her like this, which means Nigeria don't go be that. So make all of us now, this na time for all of us to do it, to stand, because this na one man when we say he dey stand for the truth all time. If you dey see this video now, if this na your first time of seeing this video or hearing anything concerning Dele Farotimi, if you never know who he be before, I want you to watch this video when I want put, so that you go know the kind person when Dele Farotimi be. Not be just any person. A person when say they come out for the truth is a fearless person, just like VDM. But Dele Farotimi, all this one, they don't be voice. He don't say where they don't they talk. Not be today. In not be today person.
So we were all pressed into service in 18 Bobrisky, to the point where we ignored that the law that was enforced against him is ignored in relation to others. Bobrisky, which is a paradox for Nigeria, the country we have all built, was now meant to go to jail. But of course, since the jail in Nigeria is meant for the poor and the weak, Bobrisky was able to assess the levels of injustice that is available to non-lepers. So he equalized with money. And then you begin this hypocritical belly aching that has run from the bowels of the disgraceful National Assembly, and they are having all kind of circuses. And we are all entertained, and we ignore that if it was available to the person we don't like, in relation to which we are now bleating, it was available to the murderers who could afford it. It was available to the armed robbers who could afford it. It was available to the kidnapper who could afford it. It was available to each and every one of the persons who could either afford it or who are members of the non-leporous class, whom the class is punishing and are sent to Kirikiri or other correctional or in-correctional centers.
I believe say with this video now, una go know the kind person when Dele Farotimi be. And I want una to watch this video. Make una see this immediate one when I want drop. So make una see the kind dirty word, the kind mumulrish word when they come out from the mouth of D1 for this kind hard time. When be say that they oppress us. Make una hear the kind word where D1 they talk. Make una hear D1 word. And una go see here some other wise and reasonable Nigerians. Una go hear their word. And they tell una D1 not be person to follow. D1 na anti-Nigeria. D1 is against Nigeria. It's not for Nigeria. At all, it dey mock us. Make una see how it dey mock us.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I greet you, sir. Sir, that thing that you said we should understand. Now, sir, this Dele Farotimi that has been locked up, they are planning a protest. People will transfer aggression. I'm just saying it. Your Excellency, I greet you, sir.
Shebi una dey hear am for here. He don't turn informant to Bola Ahmed Tinubu to tell and say we dey plan protest. Now to tell and say we dey plan protest, na pain am, na be the main important thing when go do now. I been na to cry. They talk about the corruption when be say this man they try to expose. When me kuna hear action voice from a correct voice of the masses, a voice of the masses. Me kuna they take note of all these people. They're not just they carry the talk. Me kuna they take note of them, because these are the kind of people youths on a need for now. Hear the voice of this man. Hear waiting this our brother talk, listen.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Inspector General of Police Kayode Egbetokun, Chief Afe Babalola, the founder of Afe Babalola University, Abuad, Ado Ekiti, released Mr. Dele Farotimi from prison. Dele Farotimi is not your problem. Dele Farotimi is not Nigeria's problem. What you are doing is only a confirmation of what Dele Farotimi wrote in his book, Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System. You are only confirming saying Nigeria justice system is a criminal system. That is why today Nigeria as a country exists, so that other countries can learn how not to govern their countries. This country is almost not a real place. It is like a simulation. But you see, on this case of Mr. Dele Farotimi, nothing must happen to him. He must be released. And that book they prevent for people not to know will become even more popular. But my question today is to Nigerians. 2 lessons we must learn from the case of Mr. Dele Farotimi. As all of us don't see him, how police from Ekiti State drive all the way to Lagos State, come abduct a person based on petition where they write, breaking the protocols of interstate arrest. According to the lawyers for the office, they beat some of them, seize their phones, carry them, go back to Ekiti. And today, as people don't they shout, they don't hurriedly carry them go court, and magistrate don't sentence them to prison. So Nigeria, number one, we must ask ourselves the question, for how long we won't continue under this oppression and tyranny and the violation of our fundamental human rights? For how long we won't continue and we go tolerate them? Because we must ask ourselves the question, what if not be Dele Farotimi? What if not be person where get surname where people know? In case now you or me where be say nobody sabi us, my papa don't die, if they carry me tomorrow. Now my mama will be widow go there, they cry and cry. Everybody for Nigeria, they fear to talk. Nobody won't die, nobody won't die. You go say, you where they talk, they go say they should protect this person. But we don't know, say, if all of us as Nigerians, if 100,000 Nigerians alone come out every day, they demand for good governance and to talk about what's no good, how many of us governments won't arrest? Where the prison will go contain all of us? But we know one die, we know one perish. We don't know, say, for this quiet, where they quiet, now that one night we they die more, because all die and die. How many people for Nigeria today where police don't come out from one place, go another place, go carry them, where nobody sabi? Or even within yonder, some people as they travel from Lagos to Asaba Benin Express Road, they go stop motor, they go bring passenger down, they go say make others, they go make this one stay behind. How many where we know hear their story again? For this country, Nigeria, we go decide what thing we want to do. Because on a normal day, by now, Nigerian you supposed to gather, make we go Afe Babalola office. Make we go ask him to tell him, no say, a defamation which is a civil matter, this Nigeria does not belong to only the rich. All of us must gather to the live for here. Number 2, we must decide what thing we want to do with Nigerian judiciary. Because the destruction of the lives of Nigerians is not only happening by law enforcement officials, it is happening with the collaboration with Nigerian judiciary. In fact, Nigeria as it is today does not even have a judicial arm of government, because the judiciary is an independent arm of a democratic government. What in Nigeria gets today is the legal arm of any government in power. Any political party where they power, Nigerian judiciary go turn to their legal arm. If not, imagine a situation. Mr. Dele Farotimi is a lawyer. The petition where they write against him was written by another senior lawyer, 95-year-old Chief Afe Babalola, the founder of Abwad, who is a respected and senior lawyer in the legal community. A lawyer put the MBA seal, Nigerian Bar Association seal, on the petition. They carry him go court, and today another lawyer, a magistrate, denied Dele Farotimi bail on a petition and against allegations that are bailable. If INEC do their wuru-wuru from election, it go end up for court, Supreme Court and a tribunal, they go put their seal on top of them. All of us go sit down, they look as law enforcement go cooperate with judiciary to destroy the entire country with the active participation of those in government. Because this one where they talk about books, so for where it is the hand of Esau and the voice of Jacob where they talk about. So the real thing will make that they push Dele Farotimi, so they never talk him. They never talk him. Because anybody will talk about criticize government or demand for good government for Nigeria is an enemy of government. They go begin to target you. Meanwhile, criminals where they know, they around, they work freely. All of us go decide to talk which one we want to live, whether as free citizens or we want to live as hostages in our own country. Now, Nigerians, we deceive ourselves, say the judiciary is the last hope of the common man. Nigerian judiciary is the last hope of the uncommon man. The more uncommon you are, the more likely you are going to prevail in Nigerian judiciary. We must put an end to that level of rascality. We must unbundle this criminal system we call a government. Nigerians must come together and say enough of this oppression. If not, tomorrow, today na Mr. Dele Farotimi, tomorrow it go fit be me, tomorrow it fit be any other person. Some they don't even carry away, nobody know. But you see this country, Nigeria, we not die here, we live here. Planning to harm me is a waste of plan. Because it is not a crime to demand for good governance. And as long as God lives, this country must work in our lifetime. Release Mr. Dele Farotimi. Nigerians, when we are ready, we will come together and liberate ourselves from the hands of our oppressors. But until then, we can continue to make excuses for them.
Una can hear, very straight and down to earth, with all and full action. The man of thought, this na another man when be say he dey go down to earth. If like say this the man of thought na lawyer, he dey go down to earth to break his own thing. You know they do gra gra. Make una listen to the man of thought. All these people when they show now, so make una go find their profile. Make una begin to dey follow them. If you be youth and you want good governance and you want stand out for tomorrow, go and follow all these people. The man of thought, go and follow his account. He's a good supporter of VDM. Go and follow his account.
A Nigerian activist has been arrested who they call Mr. Dele Farotimi. And this actually angers me in a sense and few other Nigerians. And it pains us and it makes us kind of have deep reflection. Because earlier today, the activist and relentless voice of conscience, Mr. Dele Farotimi, was arrested and his whereabouts remain unknown. This is not just an arrest, it is a message from a toxic system that strives on silencing truth. But today, I have to say no, because this kind of affects the way I'm viewing things. Dele Farotimi's recent statement and the video he made 2 days ago called Truth Never Dies in Darkness, or Truth Dies in Darkness, echoes loudly at the moment. The truth is that Nigeria, our beloved country, is at a dangerous crossroads. Why is it that speaking the truth has become a crime? Why does our government feel threatened by those who dare to call out its wickedness and its failure to serve the people? The arrest of Mr. Dele Farotimi raises 10 critical questions about the state of our nation. Number one is he being targeted because he exposes the government's inefficiency and corruption? Is it because it demands accountability for the oppression of the masses? Could it be his refusal to remain silent in the face of lies? Is it because he speaks for the voiceless who cannot afford justice? Is the government afraid of his growing influence as a symbol of resistance? Does his call for a fair society threaten their hold on power? Is this an attempt to instill fear in other activists? Are external forces influencing our government to suppress dissent? Most chillingly, is this about terminating his voice and his life to set an example? These same questions to me apply to another brave person or brave voice called Deji Adeyanju, a barrister and an activist that a lot of us are familiar with through Very Dark Man. With his fearless criticism of political elite, which he made a statement and he made an interview in The Glitch, and I begin to worry that is he next? What are we becoming as a nation if we allow these champions of justice to be silenced? If these champions of justice tends to be silenced, our constitution kind of guarantees freedom of speech, yet the reality is kind of far from it. Instead of addressing disputes through the court, through documents, through dialogue and decorum, our government uses police brutality, kidnappings in the name of arrest, and scare tactics. Are we still a democracy, or have we regressed into tyranny? Which obviously we have in a way. But let me remind you of something powerful. Truth cannot be silenced, not by threats, not by violence, not even by death. The truth is like light. It will always find its way through darkness. Now, the future of Nigeria lies in our hands, the youth of Nigeria, and I think we are still sleeping. I think what we can do is to raise our voice, We have to use every platform available, social media, community gatherings, and peaceful protests to demand answers about Mr. Dele Farotimi's location and safety. The Nigerian youth needs to start thinking about this. Legal mobilization, lawyers must step forward because he's a lawyer. Nigerian lawyer must step forward to defend activists and challenge the government's oppressive tactics in court. We need international attention. Let the world know what is happening. Call on human rights organizations and foreign governments to hold our leaders accountable. We need to talk about organized protest. Peaceful protest should not require police permission. We don't need police permission to protest. We must exercise our right and demand the release of all wrongfully detained citizens. And I'm using this opportunity to refer to both Deji Adeyonju and Very Dark Man, because Deji Adeyonju, you would be the next if we don't start doing things about it. We need to start educating the masses, teach our people about their constitutional rights, because an informed citizen is harder to oppress. Then we need to talk about 6, maybe the economic pressure. Boycott businesses and individuals who fund or support oppressive regimes. And then we need to demand transparency. We need to insist on public accountability for every arrest and every policy. And lastly, I would say there needs to be political engagement. We need, as Nigerian youth, planning into 2025 and 2027, that will be the next. We need to start planning for maybe 2027. The power lies in our votes, but we must also organize, educate, and mobilize to elect leaders with integrity, which those of us who tends to be an activist, who try to speak up the truth, we would need the support of Nigerians. Nigerians need to start looking at activists who are willing to speak for the truth, who are willing to rise, to give them few supports to make sure their voices are being heard. They are being promoted somehow on social media, and their voices go so far. Those who are actually more informed to be able to speak on this subject. So I would say lastly to our youth, we are the heartbeat of this nation, and we do not let fear to paralyze us. History has shown us that oppressive regimes crumbles when the people unite. To the Nigerian government, we would ask, and I would ask you, why are you so afraid of truth? If you believe in your policies, defend them with fact, not force. If you accuse someone of defamation, serve them documents, not detention. And if you claim to be for the people, then start acting like it. So to my fellow Nigerians, let us not forget the power of the people is greater than the power or the people in power. Dele Farotimi may be missing, but his words are not. They are here with us, igniting a fire that cannot be extinguished. The fight for Nigeria's soul continues, and we will not rest until justice, truth, and freedom are no longer ideals, but are reality. So I am pleading out to what do they call his name? Deji Adeyonju. I'm pleading out to Very Dark Man that we need to start speaking on things that can make all these things effective in life. And that's what we really need to do. Even Seun Kuti, if you know you want to be speaking on abandoned government and the rest of it, we need to come together and start working on this. With that being said, I hope to hear from you guys. Please, if you can tag Very Dark Man, Deji Adeyonju, and Seun Kuti, let people start speaking on this. Let us know the location of Dele Farotimi, and to be sure, is in one piece.
Shebi una here, the man of thought, na he just talk finish. So I beg Nigeria, may we come together to make sure say we work things out. Then they talk of youth. This will not be for only you to mama, papa. Make all of us come together, support our children to make sure say this thing, whether they call corruption, at least silent for Nigeria. Make the voice of the poor still go up for Nigeria. I beg, make we do everything when we be say we know say we fit do with. We remain Petsyinka TV, where we do wetin we sabi do. For this station, wetin we dey do now to give wise counsel to our loved ones, where we share everybody that need it, and also to join our loved ones in prayers. So I beg, join us to pray for Dele Farotimi. May God give him the grace and power to face this divine pressure because I call am divine pressure, because wetin e dey fight for na for the masses, na for you and me. So let us not stand. Let our knees remain in the presence of God, praying for him, as we take dey pray for everybody when be say that they do everything to make sure say Nigeria better for us. God bless you all. So if you never join us so that in case if you reach your turn, we go still pray for you. If you never subscribe to our channel, so that anytime any good word like this they come, you go be the first person when you go grab am.